Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to one final dive into Sneak King, where we've only got 10 more missions in the downtown area before we've served everything. You know what tastes better than a tender, crisp chicken sandwich that was sprung lovingly upon you by a mysteriously good-humored king? A tender, crisp chicken sandwich that was sprung lovingly upon you by a mysteriously good-humored king from a hiding place. Go and do this 4 times. Now, people, it would be very nice if you stood next to hiding places. Like this guy who is in that building. Oh, hold on. Why, thank you, sir, for walking directly in front of this dumpster. Allow me to give you this dumpster chicken sandwich. This chicken tender crisp. Does that still exist at Burger King, the chicken tender crisp? Oh, hello. Are you also traveling by this dumpster? No, you are not. And neither are you. Disappointing. Okay, so if this person gets out of the subway fast enough, I should be able to surprise them. Yep. With this trash chicken tender crisp. Huzzah! Alright. 2 more people left. This hasn't been quite as bad. Though, once again, nobody... Like, there are so many hiding places that nobody really walks in front of. I think he walks in front of this one, actually. I spoke too soon. Or not soon enough. Alright, now this guy definitely walks close enough to the box. He's got it. There we go. Like, people are just passing out all over the street. Truly, the king has a big hunger problem in regards to his city. Oh, no. Well, it's not like I have to worry about points in this level. And do you pass by in front of this garbage bin next to this unconscious? No, you don't. You just immediately turn around. And do you get close enough to this dumpster? The answer is yes. I have surprised enough people with these deliveries. Really, this seems like the main function of the game that doesn't necessarily work. Like, everything else is very simple. It's very straightforward, and it generally works as intended. If somebody sees you, your chain is broken. You can clearly see their sight lines. You can clearly kind of determine when they can hear you. But when it comes to their patterns and their routes around hiding places, then it becomes problematic. Then it's like the people just go nowhere. There was no planning for hiding places versus the people on the map. If they wanted to do it as perfectly as possible, and actually, let's go for this. Go 5 for 5 with the Angus steak burgers by delivering every one with a flourish. And as if perfection weren't enough, you've also got to do it in less than 2 minutes. Well, gotta get moving. Like, if they really wanted to do it well, they would have made sure that every single person passes by a hiding spot. That would be step 1. And the problem is, there are lots of people who don't even go anywhere near a hiding place. And the problem is then increased by the fact that people just kind of randomly become hungry. Unless we're talking about specifically the final level, in which case you have to feed everybody before they pass out. Everybody generally becomes randomly hungry. And because everybody gets randomly hungry, then, like, let's say their walk cycle does, in fact, take them in front of a hiding place. Their random hungerness might mean they'll pass out before they even reach that hiding place. So there's a problem not necessarily just with the amount of hiding places, but also with the timing of the hiding places. Now, everybody in this game functions on a loop. So in theory, they could have easily determined, okay, this person walks back and forth in front of this, let's put a hiding place there. This person, if they want everybody to get randomly hungry, then they need to put more hiding places. If they want to minimize the hiding places, then they need to treat those missions similarly to the levels in which they're like, hey, in this mission, only give food to the ladies. In this mission, only give food for the people wearing gloves. And they already do that, for the most part. You might say that hiding in place is no place from which to perform a flourish. But you'd be wrong. It's the perfect place, and you'll figure out why once you perform 4 flourishes from as many hiding places. See, I don't know if I can actually reach this guy. From behind... Oh, hold on. No. Son of a... Yep. Hold on. Can I reach this guy behind the barricade? And that's the thing. You can have limited amounts of hiding places. Son of a... Okay, let's get back into the trash bin. Like it considered that a poor delivery, even though the bar never actually showed up. Great. Let's see if this works. You can have fewer hiding places. But yeah, just make sure... Nope, that is not close enough. But it is good enough for this guy. Let us slowly... But the ideal would be that there would be a hiding place next to everybody. That way there always is variation to where you're hiding. Or that you don't have to necessarily figure out which people are actually by hiding places. Because there's always a hiding place on the map. Oh, this person is going to the subway. Let us see if we can slowly get into this trash bin. And surprise them with flourish. Maximum flourish. Oh yeah, and I forget, I actually do have a timer. Which, of course, definitely makes things tricky. Now, who else? Let's see if he walks around to this side. No, he does not. Yes, he does. Or is there a timer? I guess not. Just I have to do 4 of them. But yeah, that would fix that mechanic, because technically a lot of the other mechanics function as intended. The only other, I suppose, bigger issue is those levels that have shortcuts. And how the shortcuts, like, it's interesting that there is a shortcut to go around the level. It's not interesting that you have to reset the shortcut every single time. But that only affects the construction site and the sawmill. There are no shortcuts to be shifted around downtown. And downtown actually has some of the better pre-made shortcuts. Be a high roller, crank out more than 200,000 points with 10 Triple Whopper sandwich deliveries or fewer. It's not that the king needs big numbers in order to impress, but, you know, it never hurts. So how am I going to do this? Are we going to do hiding places? Let's do some hiding places. I probably don't need to worry about it that early, but I'm guessing this guy is going to take out the trash. If I stay in the hiding place, does he just throw the trash bag onto the king? Just slowly. 12,000 points with a flourish of 2. Let's wait for her to get hungry. Only 4,000 points. Yeah, that hiding place bonus always helps. At the very least, I don't necessarily need to worry about timer, because then I just need to worry about inventory, making sure... I don't think I'm going to be fast enough for that guy. Nope. Making sure that I go for that maximum score. Spotted, unfortunately. Let's wait for this guy to get super hungry. Let's try to build up our chain with the next few people. Try not to be too risky or worried about hiding places. Just build up that chain. Alright. Not quite as high of a point total as I might want. Ooh, hold on. I might be able to take advantage of a hiding place with this guy. It's good that they aren't able to see you getting into hiding places. Because otherwise that would be problematic. Alright, 18,000. It's going to be tricky to get to that 200,000. Especially if I'm only at this total. I might have to really focus on hiding places and maintaining that chain. Okay, but I do have to wait for them to get a little bit hungrier, so I can at the very least take advantage of some manner of score bonus. There we go. 24,000. Only 4 more sandwiches left. Okay, I might be able to get this guy at maximum hunger from a hiding place. With, hopefully, a flourish of 3. Flourish of 2. Could have been better. 37,000. Alright, let's get away from all this crowd. Why, hello, sir. You seem a little bit hungry. Perhaps I have a burger for you. Excellent. 48,000. 2 more burgers left. Alright, this guy's not quite as hungry as I'd like. But I need to take advantage of his vicinity. 56,000 points. Good enough. Consider this challenge complete. And as they say, C's get degrees. A couple of environmentally minded folk have taken to cleaning up this part of town. Help them out with a tasty tender crisp to keep their strength up. You've got 60 seconds, so take your time. Oh wait, that's not much time at all. Run! Okay, that's kind of fun. Oh, I only need a... Why are you going inside? I cannot feed you if you are indoors. Alright, let's feed this guy because he's kind enough to not be inside his house. Like, they planned out the mission so that the first person who becomes hungry goes inside a house. Also, how environmentally... Like, these guys are just perpetually throwing away trash. They're not cleaning up the neighborhood, they're cleaning up their house. From being a hoarder. Time to swagger your way into the most action-packed challenge of the game. You've got 5 minutes. You need 300,000 points. Oh my gosh. Go do what you came here to do. Alright. I got no time to worry about hiding points. For some reason, I thought those were separate numbers. That is why I read them as strangely as I did. Now, sir, I'm gonna need you to eat this sandwich. 4,000 points. Good step forward. But we have many, many, many more points to have to collect. And we have businessman over here who is very, very hungry. Are we going to be able to get to them in time without being spotted? The answer is yes. 8,000? What does that mean? 288,000 more points to go. A nice 1-2 combo. Alright, can we get to this guy in time? Like, I can't actually run directly up to people, because they'll hear me running. Let us snag her real quick. More to build up our multiplier than anything else. Like, I feel like that's going to be key in regards to succeeding in this challenge, is the acquisition of huge multiplier. Once Burger King is able to make the buyout of huge multiplier, then I will definitely be able to... Wow, that is a big swing of his sight line. Get a lot of points. Like if I get to like a chain of 10... Oh? Like, all of these small deliveries aren't going to be worth that much. But at like a chain of 10, if I can get that, and then get like a really good hidden delivery, then that's going to be really good. But even now, I'm at like 14,000 per delivery, which was normally at like 4,000. Ah, here we go. We are going to take advantage of this moving guy and his hunger. Hunger for Burger King. And then hopefully get a flourish of 3. Now it's a flourish of 2. Not quite high enough. But it definitely pumps us up. We're still not at the halfway... Well, we're at the halfway point score-wise, actually. Alright, man in suit that kind of walks around these barrels is hungry. Is he going to be able to get close enough to me if I'm hiding in this barrel? No, he's not. Alright, I'm going to have to grab this person real quick if I'm going to maintain some sort of competitive edge in this downtown area. So now I'm halfway in the timer, but also over halfway in points. And there goes my chain. That may have ruined it. That may have ruined it. I might have to start over again. Yeah. Only 2 minutes left. Like, right now, I'm just trying to... You turn left or right? Never mind, you just... pass out. Okay, I'm gonna restart this. I don't think it's gonna be... possible, especially with all the mistakes I'm making. Alright. 5 minutes again. 300,000 points. Now, if you can keep going... Should we worry about multiplier now, or just quickly build up a chain? Because really, it's the chain that gets you the points. Huh. That guy seems like he's hungry, but it's gonna take a little while for him to pop out. Do you move from there? Yes, you do. Okay, now I should be able to get this guy real quick. Son of... No, I cannot. And unfortunately, he's in the other corner of the map versus everybody else. So it's going to take a little bit of a run to actually get to anybody else again. Like my bet that I can actually increase my multiplier and focus not really on the points that I'm getting on these first few deliveries. Oh my gosh. Let's try that again. But instead the last few deliveries. But it still all depends on that chain being active. Alright. I suppose there's no harm in flourishing. It just takes time. And I think I've already mentioned it before, but I am at that point in the game where I have no more interest in playing the game. Which is a problem, because that also leads to mistakes. That's what happens when you start rushing. You stop really paying attention to sight lines, how much noise you're making when you're running around. Am I going to be fast enough to deal with this guy? Yes, I am. Alright, let's head towards the lady in white. She is not hungry, but the people around her are. Let's start with you by the barrel, because you are hungrier. And then head back this way towards the lady in white, who is now hungry. Alas, it is disappointing that I have to start all the way back down. I had it good for a little while. Oh, nope. Ah, he does just a complete turn, so his sight line kind of like just swipes in front of him. Then there's this lady who's going to be running towards... Ooh, actually, in theory, I should be able to get into this box. Because I believe she passes it by. The answer is no, she does not pass it by. Alright, let's... Does she come out of her house fast enough? No, she does not. Unfortunately, that was time wasted. On all of these people. Okay, I think I should be able to get to this guy in time. This is a tricky, a little bit of a race. Am I able to get to this guy in time? I think so, because he's heading towards me. But I don't think I'm going to be halfway in points by the time the 2-minute and 30-second shows up. Which could be okay. I could still be fine. Because as long as I build up that chain, everything after... will just go up and up and up. If I lose the chain... Then it becomes a problem. Then I'm gonna have to start over again and do something differently. Oh my gosh, that was close. That one became a regular surprise out of necessity. Son of a... Okay. Finally got the chain back up to 10. That took so long. But now everybody's on the other side of the map. Or should I say all of the hungry people are on the other side of the map. Which is highly inconvenient. Oh, hold on. Are you the guy? You're the guy who comes by this barrel. Good. So, hopefully I can wait for him to get hungry enough. And then see if I could do like a hiding spot surprise flourish of 3. And by hiding spot, I mean hiding place. Let's see how many points this is worth. 49,000. That was just a flourish of 2. Not quite the hungriest. Ah, son of a... Alright, slowly but surely, back up to a delivery chain of 12, because 10 is not enough. Or at the very least, it's not enough to get overly excited about. Can I get to you in time? Excellent! 26,000. That'll help. Not quite halfway there. 25,000. With only a flourish of 2. Oh my gosh. Do we need to have it this close to his teeth? Let's go for the lady in white. Take care of her hunger pangs. Alright, do you turn left or right? Now, in theory, I should be able to reach that 300,000 total without necessarily having to worry about hiding places. I would have to worry about hunger. I would not really need the people I'm serving to be as hungry as possible. Like, she looks like she's going to be pretty hungry. And with a hunger of 5, a flourish of 4, chain of 70, that's still 34,000. Okay, we're at 218,000. Were we supposed to get 300,000 points? Okay. We can do it in this run. Let's see, you go into your house, get more garbage. Because you live to collect garbage from your house and then transport it into the dumpster. That is the beginning and the end of your reality. You like to go in a circle. Alright. Almost there. 30,000 points. Even if I lose the chain, I should still hold on. Alright, that's it. It is done. Finally. I think that took, what, 20 minutes of tries? Oh, jeez. A bee. The real hungry deserve to be fed really quickly, but that doesn't mean that you have to skimp on the pizzazz. Deliver 3 of these triple Whopper sandwiches to hunger level 5 citizens with a level 3 flourish each time. Okay, that's, I can deal with that. I'll just wait for this guy to leave his home with his fresh new garbage bag with the giant hole at the bottom. Like, it seems as though that garbage bag, it was, like, designed to just sit on the floor, but then they're like, hey, let's make it an interactive object that's being held at all times. But we won't even bother putting a bottom on it. Get hungry. Get hungrier. Good enough. And you. Damn it. Flourish of 2. Alright, let's try that again. Let us begin with this man in the blue shirt and watch him as he grows hungrier. Hungrier. Who is he even talking to? Ah, son of a... Okay, then you. You will be my next victim. Unknowingly about to become a recipient of a triple Whopper with maximum flourish. Alright. Son of a... Alright. There's one again. Now let us follow this fellow. Hopefully he gets hungry fast enough. And I could finally get 2-3 level flourishes in a row. So far, there we go. And I'm too far away from that person, but maybe I can get to the lady in white. Maybe? There we go. There's your burger. Take it. Eat it. Consume the flesh. Yeah, a B. I'm not retrying that challenge. It's time you stayed away from those outdoorsy folks. They're nothing but trouble, at least in this challenge in which it's your mission to deliver meat sandwiches to every person who is inside or goes inside a building. Huh. Nine deliveries to people who go inside buildings. Well, I can tell that this person goes inside a building because he's inside a building. That's what enables me to become the world's greatest detective. Like, Batman ain't got anything on my deduction skills. See, this other guy? He also goes inside a building. It's just a hunch. I can't really say why. Stop looking at me. Oh yeah, and then the garbage delivery people also. The garbage people. They also go inside buildings. The moving guy goes inside a building. I don't know, 9 seems a little bit high for a challenge. I mean, does this person technically go inside a building? Like, they go into the subway. Which, would you classify a subway as, like an underground subway as a building? Does this person go into the multi-saver? I think so. Or is the game actually kind to me now, and is only allowing people who go inside buildings to be hungry? Oh yeah, she does go into the building across the street here. She goes into the subway as well as the building across the street. Because yeah, I noticed the people who don't go inside buildings aren't getting hungry. Which is very convenient, because then essentially I just need to go up to the people who are getting hungry as soon as possible. Because I know she goes into the market. And then this guy leaves the laundromat, and then eventually walks back in. Let us do your wash. And then this guy goes back into his house to pick up even more garbage. So let us give him some more garbage to add to his pile. A rank of A. Alright. You've got 3 tender crisp chicken sandwiches. Deliver each one with a level 3 flourish, and do so with the knowledge that you're the man, even if you're a woman. Okay. That is very, very dated phrasing. But let us start with this person over here. What did I have to do? A level 3 flourish each time? Was that the... my brain is dying. Burger King is killing it. A level 3 flourish, yes. And then let's try to deliver to this lady before she goes into the building. Fast enough. Excellent. She hasn't technically entered the building yet. And then you can take another sandwich. Excellent. One more mission to go. The ultimate mission for downtown. Feed everybody, every citizen before they pass out. Which, it shouldn't be that bad. The trick is going to be because, like, a lot of people's paths kind of, like, weave back and forth between each other. Here's the final challenge for the king of this city. Deliver a triple whopper to every man, woman, or child you can find. Well, maybe not a child, but definitely a man or woman. Don't let them pass out, and do it without being seen even once. Alright. Sir, do you have to immediately go into your house? Is this how we're starting this off? Do I have to wait for you to slowly leave your house with your trash? At the very least, I don't have to worry about setting shortcuts. I can just go to the person and then feed them. I suppose if I really was interested in points, I could also try to surprise them from hiding places. But now is not the time. Alright. Will it benefit me to use the sewer fast travel? Yes it will, because this is... Oh my gosh. Thank you for moving at somewhat brisk of a pace. And thankfully the next person I have to feed... And that's the convenient thing in regards to delivering to people who are right next to each other, is their sight lines disappear for a moment after every delivery, which enables you to just kind of quickly jump back and forth from people who are nearby each other. Alright, 15 more to go. Is this the lady in white? Nope, it is the multi-saver dude. With the stars on the back of his vest. Alright. Let's duck back into the sewers. This might be a faster way to get over to that side of the map. Alright, hopefully she doesn't make any sudden movements. I wonder if this is pretty much the only canon mission. Because it seems as though, like in all the scenarios, like the king is usually the hero who gives everybody food. Like all the challenges beforehand are just practice. Alright, this is the business suit guy over there. Let's just run over to him. Slow down so he cannot hear us on soft, kingly feet. And then we've got moving guy, maybe? Yes, moving guy. No, no. Oh, no! Now I can't be spotted by anybody. So in previous versions of this mission, I was able to kind of... just get spotted by everybody except for the person who is hungry. This is not the case. Alright, let us cut ahead to 9 deliveries later. Alright. Now, creeping past these people instead of running at full speed, let us take care of the mover. And I'm guessing this is somebody who's in the laundromat, who eventually, slowly but surely, leaves the laundromat before passing out from hunger. Dude. Okay, if I was gonna lose that because he didn't leave the laundromat fast enough, that was going to be really annoying. Alright, now this woman is probably gone inside her house, so let us wait for her to come back out. At least she still casts a shadow from inside of her house to the outside. Okay, now let's grab this guy in the corner here. No. I want to say, yeah, that guy does turn. Now, where's the next person? Let's just run by... Oh, the next person's over at the bus stop. This one isn't that terrible. And then she kind of just kind of walks over there to talk to nobody for a little while. Let's get there before she shifts position. And then we've got this guy. Hopefully he doesn't make any sudden movements. And then this guy who buys the newspaper, who is luckily just walking right by right now, so I can just immediately snag him. Alright, who is next? The lady in white, who walks over to the ATM and just kind of stands there for a while, which is fine. It's okay to have a conversation with an ATM. Everybody just goes up and takes their money. Nobody cares about the ATM's feelings. This guy with the garbage bag, he should be fairly simple, because nobody kind of walks around this area. Oh, man. It's just really this guy who walks around this area. And then we've got the guy who kind of circles between these barrels, which, again, shouldn't be too terrible. because he follows a very specific predictive path. And then one more remaining. Let us use the sewer shortcut, get to the other side. Don't notice us, thank you. Huh. Now what is her path? Good enough. Mission complete. And also game complete, I believe? Unless Sneak King has a rank of A! Unless Sneak King has a sudden final mission to throw at me. Let us head over to the gate. And see what is the result of our work. Maybe it's just the credits. Kind of like one of my favorite examples of this. It's not a good game necessarily, but the Tick on the Super Nintendo. If you lose, you got a game over screen. If you won, you got a game over screen plus credits. Huh. I guess let's go to a different area?
Downtown was abuzz last night following the arrival of a royal visitor. The king appeared late last evening unannounced, but with food in hand for several fortunate city dwellers. Though celebrity sightings aren't uncommon, it's a particularly special treat to be in the company of someone as charismatic and jovial as the king. His Majesty proved himself to be a man of the people when he began passing out delicious Burger King food to hungry urban dwellers and flashing his regal smile. One man noted out the uncanny timing of the king's nocturnal delivery, admitting that the king showed up just as his belly began rumbling.
All right. Okay, so no credits whatsoever. Just you're done. Okay, I'm done. I guess that was Sneak King? To say it's a bad game is probably stating the obvious. The question that I have after playing it is, could it have been a good game? Were there specific things that they did that they could have decided, you know what, instead of doing this, let us do something else instead? And I've mentioned a couple of them already. One, hiding places for every individual. Two, everybody kind of goes around, their path is also kind of based on their hunger level. They always kind of get hungry more or less around the same spot. So the challenge isn't necessarily hoping that they're going to get hungry nearby the location where you want them to get hungry. The challenge is, can you get across the map in time and then into the hiding space? Not to mention, how much challenge do you necessarily want out of a $5 restaurant tie-in game? Which, looking at all of these areas, what I think is the most interesting thing is that none of these areas feature a Burger King. The Burger King restaurant is in none of these sections. It is not in the suburbs, where you just have houses. It is not even in downtown. So, if you're supposed to be creating, like, why isn't there an actual Burger King restaurant in the Burger King game where you go around in this open area to feed people Burger King? And that's another thing that I feel that would enable this to be a little bit better game. And that's not just the presence of a Burger King location, but also, like, right now there are 4 separate locations. Assets have to be made for each location. And we're not just talking about buildings, we're also talking about the people within it. Like, imagine if instead of 4 separate locations, it was one larger location, just kind of more sprawled out. Shortcuts are permanently unlocked. People are a little bit more predictive because, again, this is a $5 Burger King tie-in game. You don't necessarily want... Like, the system falls apart not because people aren't predictive, but because of the high amount of randomness to it all. The system falls apart because of how repetitive the nature of the game is, while also, like, the entire game is just chase down high scores. And that's about it. So, maybe that would also be something different. Like, let's say you have this one big level, and you have one main quest. And the main quest is go around and surprise everybody. And so it's up to you to figure out a path throughout the level. Almost Phantom Pain or Ground Zero, or more like Ground Zeroes, actually. Like, Ground Zero is truly the ultimate Burger King video game. But no, like, imagine if you took that concept that Ground Zeroes brings. The idea that you have this open world, and you're given one specific task, and it's up to you to figure out how to do it. And in this case, like, you were given one task, which is to feed the people that are in this town, and you have to go around and do it. And that's your main quest. And then there are, like, these side challenges that you can complete to test your mettle, to test your sneaking ability, rather than having so many just individual challenges. At the same time, also, like, there is a lot of repetition in the challenges. So, like, I feel as though, like, there's 20 missions in each area for quantity's sake. It gives you quantity, not quality. Like, you look at the Mandalorian. With most TV shows these days, you expect TV shows to run at about an hour long. But you look at the Mandalorian, and the Mandalorian tends to run, like, one episode will be 50 minutes. The next episode will be 40 minutes. Episodes tend to run just what they need to be. Like, even in episodes that aren't quite as good as the other, they all, like, the episode in Season 1 where they defend the fish farming people. Not quite as interesting as the other episodes, but it still goes by pretty quickly. You don't get to a point in which, like, I remember seasons into Game of Thrones where, like, you'll have really long dialogue, really long monologues for characters because they needed to fill that hour. You would have scenes where people are just standing around empty rooms talking to each other because you needed to fill up that hour. Much the same as Sneak King needs to fill up these missions. Is it really that interesting being caught by every single person in the area? No. Is it interesting to even be purposely caught? Maybe. It's arguable. But, like, if the main point is to sneak and deliver sandwiches, you're creating missions that don't necessarily cater to your gameplay. So is it possible that under the budget constraints, they could have made a good game for Burger King about a Burger King that sneaks around? Maybe. The fact that, like, The Mummy Demastered exists, a game from Way Forward based on the terrible Tom Cruise movie, is impressive enough. And if that game can exist and be fun to play, then in theory, a low-budget Sneak King could have been interesting. Though again, if at a $5 launch price, like, it's impressive enough that I only encountered one bug this entire time. Now, if I had also encountered fun as well, that would have been convenient. In the meantime, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.